Yeah.
Hey
Hi,
guys.
everyone. We have the 11th moons we're in now, spectral moon of liberation, which dissolve, release, and liberation.
With themes for this month.
To see clearly, you must continually detach from yourself. The actual you is a moving force and not any personality or conditional state of being, though it may appear otherwise to the fixated world. That's the quote from,
Jose Argueras, channeling Valen Votan.
yeah. So that totally goes with the month because, we're identities and all these things we may be attached to are dissolving so that we can be who we truly are. Yeah, so we didn't make it on yesterday. Full intentions
We
to,
did. We actually
but
fell asleep head to head just a few minutes before we were going to do this.
but we did helping hands yesterday,
Yeah,
and that was like a big
it
thing. We
was a big
helped
day.
out in the neighborhood, and that was like 6 hours. So by the time we got done that, it was like, oh my gosh, crash. But yesterday was a big day because we started the yellow magnetic sun
Wave
guided
spell.
by the wave spell, and it was number 1. So we were not only the sun, and the day before was the storm. So to me, that sun represented the spiral of the 13 into the new octave,
Yeah.
and that oneness, unity, that we all are, and then which leads us now to today, which is the red lunar dragon guided by space. But the dragon is all about birthing. And so with that big shift of yesterday with the sun and the unity and the beginning the sun wave spell, which is the end of the 20 cycle of the glyphs, we start a new cycle, but we're in the that wave spell. If that makes any sense, hopefully.
It is the yellow sun wave spell, and today is the second tone of it, and the seal for it is red dragon. Red is in the east, it initiates, it's a throat chakra seal. Right index finger nurtures birth and being. Love the world as your own self, then you can truly care for all things. And that's from the Tao Te Ching. Red dragon represents the beginning, the primal source, the mother of life, primordial waters, the birther, the initiator. Dragon is the overseer, shepherd of the vulnerable, the provider. As individual beings, we are each a part which contains memory of the whole. As we sense all life to be of one source, we access empathy, patience, and kindness. By nurturing others, we are nurturing our oneness, invoking grace to nourish our shared life. The love we meet life with will also love us back. Likewise, let us be reminded that as we holistically care for our own well being, we are inherently vitalizing the whole. Red Dragon provokes us to inquire what precedes the captivating story entitled My Life? What underlies all that we do, all that we are, all that is? Being. We access this state when we simply feel the life which animates us, free of all agenda, free of all aim, free of the need to produce or achieve. With nothing to prove and nowhere to go, we are immersed into the fulfillment of pure existence, a realm of effortless essence, as ancient wisdom directs, established in being. Perform action. Red Dragon assures the universe is conspiring on our behalf. With new beginnings, embrace new ways of seeing. Every moment is a new creation. When thinking stops, being takes over. That's from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
I just wanted to go back to birthing new beginnings, embrace new ways of seeing. Every moment is a new creation. And so that kind of leads us into the polarity, but it's like everything I am reading, and even this month, it's dissolving who we know ourselves to be, our past experiences, and not creating from that place of the past experiences, but creating new in every moment and taking that step into the unknown and asking, what is this? What, and yeah, and that's the big part of the birthing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read out of my book, The Polarity. Look in the mirror. Who faces you on the other side?
Ooh.
Qualities, loom of reality, sacred twins, cooperation, relationship, polarity of male and female, duality, attachment, and resistance. So when we are bringing from the past forward, we're actually putting all these breakers on because we've been caught in the world of illusion and the disillusion as the thing about this month, and that's the stepping out of the duality. But I'll read this about polarity. Two is the ray of polarity, the sacred twins, smoky mirror, and the clear reflection, all things in relationship. Polarity is the loom on which reality is strung, the magnetic dance of universal forces. Within the mirror of polarity, you will find the many faces of illusion, as well as an ultimate freedom from illusion. Polarity reveals the conflict, struggles, and apparent separation created by your belief in duality. Be willing to examine your attractions, aversions, attachments, and resistances. These are appearances with the same root. When you resist by pulling away your awareness, the emotions produced is fearful, and the contraction is experienced as a pull like magnetism. When you are attached, you are obsessively focusing your awareness on a certain object, and the attraction is experienced like the pull of gravity. Either way, you're energetically contracted and pulling out of your own center, which creates barriers to perceiving what is. Discover the loom of reality that is intricately woven in relationship. Utilize the teachings that are held in the number two. Polarized positions actually work in cooperative alliance. In cooperation, all polarities serve as backgrounds for full appreciation of one another and the whole. Examine the polarity of male and female within yourself. Explore your divine feminine and masculine aspects. Look for the gifts within your relationships. Investigate the polarities within them and explore the natural lines of force and growth they create. Remember, polarity is the pulse of the universal source. So we need both. So it's not like we're going to, you know, it's dissolving out of the duality, but the polarity is needed because Tony here explained to me about how electricity works. You can't just have one negative battery or one positive battery. They work together to create that magnetism. Yeah. So, yeah, they coincide because I think of the sun as a very like a masculine energy, electric, but this one we're moving into today, the birthing, is a very feminine. So, and one is receiving information and one is acting on that information, and the being and the doing meet together. And
Very well put.
Thank you.
Very well put. Thank you. So today is, as I mentioned, third eye chakra day today. So the mudra,
Got
like
your
that.
hands.
And the mantra is Hurrah. So take a deep breath in. Red lunar dragon, I polarize in order to nurture.
I polarize in order to nurture.
Stabilizing being.
Stabilizing being.
I seal the input of birth.
I seal the input of birth.
With the lunar tone of challenge.
With the lunar tone of challenge.
I am guided by the power of space.
I'm guided by the power of space. And I just want to say about space, it's like when we let go of all our identities that we know ourselves to be and how we show up, then we're actually creating space for the new.
And the quote below, in the galactic lexicon, an archetype is a model of behavior based on an inherited memory pattern represented in the mind by a universal symbol.
Huh. Well, I guess that's why they say a symbol can activate something in the mind. Some
Hmm.
people that, well, that I know anyway, have seen the fire symbols like literally through their third eye
Oh,
and in their
right.
vision.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so they cannot see, even though they're looking at everything else. This fire sign is right in the middle, which is, I think it's a Hebrew.
It's where the Hebrew alphabet came from.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
All right. The new I Ching for the next 4 days, we have a new code on since we're on a red day, is penetrating influence, number 57,
The gentle, it says underneath.
the gentle. Chinese art often depicts the effects of the invisible wind as it influences the landscape. Mountains are shown eroded and sculpted into fascinating forms. Trees bend and twist into exotic shapes. Clouds roll dramatically across the sky, bringing life giving rain. In the contemplating wind, the Chinese mind is inspired by the profound effect of a steady, penetrating influence, and how this effect might manifest itself in human affairs. You are faced with a situation that can be influenced only by gradual efforts in a consistent direction. Gentleness is the key here. Violence and radical movement would only alarm and repel. To influence effectively, you must maintain clearly defined goals over a long period of time. Your efforts should be as inconspicuous as possible. Try to imagine and emulate the gentle, unceasing wind. Success will come in a gradual way, bringing increasing clarity of purpose. To influence a group, you must thoroughly comprehend the spirit of the community. If the group has a strong leader, hero, or ideal, then align yourself with this prime motivator. Once you begin to act and speak with the sentiments of the people in mind, you will gradually influence them. This type of penetrating influence is not rousing and takes much time, but it makes a lasting and profound impression. Similarly, only with gradual influence can you further develop your personal relationships. Sweeping gestures and emphatic declarations will only create distance. The time requires patience, a long term commitment, and a vision of what you ultimately wish to accomplish. The improvement of your emotional and physical health will now come with gradual refinement. The power of the mind through concentration is enhanced during the time of penetrating influence. Great men accomplish significant deeds through an enduring effort in a consistent direction. When you wish to achieve an important aim, direct your thoughts along a steady, uninterrupted course. Know at all times your goal. In this way, events that capture your attention will be relevant to where you are going, and all subsequent actions will lead you ever closer to your goal. The trigram sun, small, gentle effects, is doubled in penetrating influence. The upper and lower realms mutually influence one another. Without changing lines, the implication is that you must allow the object of your inquiry to influence you. Through a willing submission to the time and situation, you will gain insight and perspective. You can then determine what is possible and harmonious within the current circumstances of your life.
I think it's been like 3 of the I Chings in a row. It's been like continuum, slow movement. Now we're having penetrating influence. So it is very gradual, slow. I think it's like a snowball or whatever. You start it rolling and it's slow, and then all of a sudden there's going to be some momentum. And yeah,
Kaboom.
so yeah. So slow and steady wins the race. Stay
According to the tortoise, yes.
focused and yeah, know we are making a difference.
Just breathing, guys.
Yeah.
It's divine in itself. You're exchanging oxygen for carbon dioxide, and the trees and the plants love you for it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being
And joining us.
on
Yeah.
this glorious day.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for your patience with us. You know, some days it's always our intention to be on, but you know what, life happens and we can't always be on, but
We appreciate you joining us when we are.
yeah.
Thank you so much for being, and we'll see you again very soon. Be well, all. Bye.
Bye everyone. Cool.